I'm over 50% done this vehicle. All I have to do left on this vehicle is the driver's side here, and I'm about to cut in on this, sorry, not cut in, but I'm about to do this piano finish here. I got 3 pieces of piano finish, 1, 2, 3. I was trying to do this whole vehicle with my brand new Flex DA here and a polishing pad. I'm using the same polishing pads, and I also have a Flex Rotary here. So this is my very first time ever using a dual action. I've never used a dual action before. I've always used rotaries on my polishing and cutting. Never in my life have I ever used a dual action. So what I'm noticing with this dual action, it's pretty weak on the actual cutting. This pad, this model, and the polish that I'm using. On this entire vehicle, I've used DIY Detail Gold Standard. It's my first time using Gold Standard. It's pretty good stuff. It has a pleasant smell to it, but I don't care for the smell myself. So what I noticed with this dual action here, it doesn't really work very good on the piano finish, and it doesn't remove a lot of the scratches. So it works really good at finishing out. It works really good at removing very, very fine micro marring. But I still have to go to my rotary. You know, I'm not super happy with the dual action for a one and done. I'm still feeling like I need to reach for my rotary because I'm used to it, and it has more cutting power. So I'll do this piano finish here. A couple dabs of the DIY, set my rotary to 1, and I will do this piano finish here. And piano finish is quite difficult to manage. It's hard to get the scratches out, and it's hard to finish down with a rotary, I noticed. It's very easy to finish down with those DAs. Those DAs are awesome for finishing down. This looks like a little bit too much product here. Oops. Oh yeah. It's slinging just a little bit. The rotary, what I noticed too from using the DAs do not sling at all. These rotaries sling like crazy, and I absolutely hate sling. Drives me nuts. But the cutting power on these rotaries is just insane compared to those DAs. And I'm on just speed setting 1 here. I can crank it up a little bit, but I'm just going to sling like crazy, so I will push a little bit harder just to get some more cutting power. I don't usually push very hard with the rotary. I try not to. And I am pushing quite hard. I don't usually recommend pushing hard with the rotary, but I just want to cut this in quick here, get it, remove the scratches, and I don't want to use very much speed, so I'm pushing a bit harder. Now I'm gonna let off on the pressure that I'm applying and just do a couple quick passes, and then I will finish this out with the dual action. Oh, and look at all this sling here. I hate that. Now I'm going to come back and clean that up. And this piano finish here is just really bad from all the kids grabbing it all the time with their hands instead of using the door handle. I'll crank the speed up a little bit here since my pad's probably getting a bit drier. These rotaries are nice too. I'm still a huge fan of the rotary, even though I got those 2 DAs. Definitely a difference between what you're going to be using those tools for. But these rotaries are nice and quiet. The DAs are kind of loud compared to the rotary. You definitely need earplugs with these. Rotary is just a nice, softer kind of sound, not so aggressive on your ears. And with this piano finish here, finishing down with the Rotary, I have a hard time finishing down on piano finish, making it look really, really good with the Rotary. I noticed with the DA, it finishes down this piano finish so good, and it just looks super glossy. But I do struggle finishing down piano finish with the Rotary. It's a little hazy when I'm done, unless I really, really, you're gonna have to use a couple different pads and different products to finish down on piano finish with a Rotary. And look at that pad, look how dirty that is. Got the DA here, start on 1. I apply the product with 1, and I like cranking this DA all the way up to 6. I would never do that on a Rotary, never. I think just there I only used 1 and 2, 1 and 3 on the Rotary. On the DA you definitely want 6, 4 to 6. I noticed it works really good. And to remove my polishes, I'm using isopropanol and water mix here. I don't even know what the mixture is. I just fill this thing up with water and I just give it a sploosh of 99% ISO and it works fine. Yeah, that looks awesome. It almost looks perfect. Wow. The driver's side piano finish there was really bad. And this rear one here from the kids was looking pretty bad too. And let's see what we got here. It's a little smudgy from polish still. But look at this thing. It's basically perfect. There's a deep scratch there, and some kind of gouge there, and just some polish, but basically this thing is back to perfect. Okay, there's my pad. It's nice and clean. This is the same pad that I used on the piano finish. It was super nasty, and the piano finish looks great except for one deep scratch there. And this one, it basically looks perfect. Now I'm just gonna probably start up, do this piece here, and then up top. Put it on the vehicle, turn it on. Alright, clean the pad out. I clean my pad out pretty often because it looks pretty dirty there. This old, gross clear coat and plastic on there. Get it off of there. To the next area. So I'm going to pull out the Rupes here. I have this Rupes. I just got it brand new, just like the Flex. I've never even used this Rupes before, not once in my life. And the only reason why I'm not using this Rupes right now is because I don't have a 6-inch polishing pad for it. I thought I had 6-inch polishing pads, but I only have 6-inch jeweling pads. So softer than a polishing pad, like a waxing pad. So I ordered a bunch of 6-inch polishing pads so I can use my Rupes soon. And the cord on this Rupes is insanely long. I was in denial about how long it was. I thought it was the same length as the Flex, but it is crazy long. And I'm not against it actually. It's probably a really great idea, having such a long pad. So I'm going to put an 8-inch polishing pad on this Rupes here. And we will see what happens. I have no idea. Is it going to like it? Or is the machine going to be overworked? I have no idea. So I'll clean, this is a clean pad. I'll clean it before I use it right here. Soak it in the water, hydrate it. I like my pads moist like this. I don't like using dry pads. Holy, this thing is huge. It feels like it runs pretty well on here. I'm not noticing it being too shaky or anything. And this is a polishing pad. Oh, I like this. It feels good already. It's huge too. I don't know how good the polishing effect is going to be though. Oh, it's slinging all over the place though. My pad was a bit too wet. This pad, it might be a little bit too big for areas like that. It's great for areas like this though. This is definitely for speed polishing. Oh, look at this thing. feels like you can really cruise with this pad. That's sped up production immensely. So this thing is fully polished now. I might play around here and try and fix some of these scratches, see what happens. But it's fully polished. I could either proceed to the ceramic coating. I gotta do a wipe down. Actually, I might polish this front windshield here, just for fun. And then fix some of these little scratches in here, rock chips. I'm gonna polish this front windshield though, 100%. I'm going to be trying this product here. It's Adam's Graphene Ceramic Spray Coating Advanced. And basically this product, you can just spray it on, wipe it off, and it should be about, I think it's a 1 year ceramic. I don't know if it's a 1 year, but I think that's pretty safe. I'm not going to be spraying it on. I'm going to be applying it with this product here because these ceramic coatings are apparently super poisonous, so I don't want these in the air. I'm just gonna apply it on with this pad here. Let's read the instructions here, see what they say. 1 to 2 minutes. Product will look rainbow. I'm not seeing the rainbow. Oh yeah, I do see it. It is rainbowing. Okay, now you just wipe it off. Oh, it does feel slick. Not bad. I put it on a little bit too heavy, I would say. A little bit too heavy. Don't need as much as I sprayed on there. It goes rainbow pretty quick once you put the right amount on. On the hood there, I put too much. So here's how that polish came out. It turned out pretty good. But the car was not too bad to begin with. Since it was white, I guess you couldn't really tell. As I was talking about earlier, I tried to repair some rock chips on the front. My first time ever doing it, just trying to learn a new skill. It didn't really turn out too good because that paint didn't match this paint as closely as I thought it would. And I basically just got a white paint, and this is a metallic white, so you can really tell. And there's a big spot in the center of the hood that I did a rock chip, and it looks terrible, so I'll just have to come back and fix that. when I got that metallic paint, because that is a service I'd like to do. And I really enjoyed the dual action polishers. So I basically used the Flex for this entire vehicle, except for the driver's door, the front side panel there, and half of this rear passenger door, which I used the Rupes. I didn't use the Rupes on this vehicle because I don't have a 6-inch polishing pad. I thought that I did, but I didn't, so I have some on order. But what I did do is I put an 8-inch polishing pad on the Rupes, and I hit it, and it was pretty awesome putting a polishing with an 8-inch pad. It's ridiculous. So from my first time ever using dual action polishers, what I've noticed from them is that they don't cut very well. And I say that because I was not using a cutting pad, I was using a polishing pad. So I put the exact same polishing pad on my Rotary and it cut a lot better. That being said, so that's something to think about. The dual actions for me, they don't cut quite as quick as the Rotary, but they do finish down way faster and way easier. And the dual action for me, it really shines on this piano finish here. So this was pretty bad. I have some pictures. I cut it with the Rotary. I polished it with the Rotary, and then I finished it down with the dual action. And even with the Rotary, I struggle to finish down on piano finish. The problem that I typically have with piano finish in the Rotary is that it comes out a little hazy, and it's just hard for me to get a super perfect finish on that. I can do it, absolutely. I just have to use a really high quality pad and a super fine finish. But the dual action, it didn't matter. I used the exact same pad that I cut with the Rotary. I finished down with the dual action, and it just came out amazing. And then to finish it off, I used that Adams spray-on graphene ceramic coating, and I did not spray it. I used a applicator pad to put it on because there's lots of nasty chemicals in ceramic coating, and you don't want them to get onto your skin. And also I'm wearing coveralls so that I'm not getting any kinds of detailing chemicals on my skin very much. So how does it look? It looks pretty glossy, and I can't wait to see how this ceramic coating lasts over the long run. I'm hoping to get a year out of it. Even though I have no idea how long it lasts, I'm just going to assume that it's going to last a year, because that's what most spray-on ceramic coatings say, about 3 months to a year. And this thing it is pretty glossy, I'll have to say. Definitely glossier than when it came in. But I polished this vehicle about a year ago, so it wasn't horrible. And it's a white vehicle, you really can't tell. And when I polished this vehicle a year ago, I used a Amazon ceramic coating. It was a 2 to 5 year Amazon ceramic coating. And obviously, when I'm saying Amazon, I mean, it's probably Temu or something. And I've never heard of that brand before. It's called Magic Shield or something. And it did not last very long. It lasted about 3 months. That 5-year ceramic coating from Amazon, just no name brand. There's a spray-on ceramic coating called Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions, and it definitely is better than the 5-year ceramic coating that I put on from Amazon. And I also polished the front windshield with a orange polishing pad and the DIY Detail Gold Standard polish. That's the polish that I used on this entire vehicle. I think I did use a little bit of cutting compound on something just to test it out, just see how it went when I was doing those rock chips. But other than that, I used DIY Detail on this entire vehicle. And it seems like it's pretty good. It seems like it's a pretty mild polish. It does have cutting capabilities, it's not a super cutting polish. I feel like it's a bit mild, and it has a pleasant smell to it, but I don't really care for that smell. I'm not saying it's a terrible smell, but I just didn't really care for whatever scent that they have in that polish. But I think it started to grow on me. That's how that polished, my first time ever using dual actions, turned out, and it's pretty awesome. I'm super happy with the dual actions, and I can't wait to do more polishing jobs with them. It really makes finishing out super easy, and the dual actions just make polishing overall super easy. But that being said, they can't really replace a rotary, and if you're used to using a rotary, you're gonna notice some things. And I was reaching for my rotary quite a bit. I could not do this on its own without the rotary. The rotary definitely helped out. And the rotaries are just super versatile. You could have a 6-inch rotary, but you could put a 1-inch backing plate on your 6-inch rotary and then just be able to get into tight areas or situations like that. And that's not something that you can exactly do with the dual action as far as I'm aware of. If you have a 5-inch dual action, it's basically a 5-inch. I think you could probably put a smaller backing plate on there, but I think you'll have issues where the dual action will be out of balance or something like that. So that's the big upside to having a rotary. You could buy one rotary and you could use 1-inch backing plate, 2-inch backing plate, 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, and an 8-inch backing plate on one rotary machine, and just be able to do all kinds of things with that. But it is a lot harder to finish down and get a hologram-free finish with a rotary. And these dual actions just get a crazy good glossy finish, hologram-free, super easy. Not that I can tell if there's any holograms in here because it's white paint, but I don't think there is. Especially with the way that this piano finish here turned out, just like a mirror. And it only took a second too. I wasn't trying or anything. I just put that dual action on there and hit it really fast, and it turned out super great. This one here, this spot in particular, was really bad, and it's just perfect glass again. Except for, you know, a damaged spot here, rock chip, and a super deep scratch. Oh, and I almost forgot the most important part about a polish and ceramic coating video is the hydrophobic effects. Can't really see because of the white paint, but it is working. The panel is basically drying the panel with water. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.